Well, quick Arkansas Weather Network update here. We've got a chance for rain on Friday, and that's going to be mainly light rain, but before sunrise, we're going to see some of these showers move into the state, and I think it moves into central and south Arkansas, north Arkansas too, sometime after midnight, and I think there's a good chance that the main bulk of this is starting to move into eastern Arkansas as we get towards sunrise. But as you take a look at the view of the entire state here, I think everybody gets at least a little. And I'll show you some rainfall totals coming up. I don't expect that these totals are going to be very heavy. As you go to 5 and 6 a.m. Friday, the bulk of it is along the I-40 corridor northward. And if there's a downpour that's a little bit heavier, I think it's in this window here as this bulk of precipitation slowly moves towards the east. By 8 o'clock Friday morning, I don't think there's a whole lot to this in central Arkansas. It's going to be very, very light. The heaviest stuff is likely in the northern or northeast parts of the state. And then as we get into the afternoon hours, we're likely dealing with clouds as well as maybe some very light rain or some drizzle hanging on in central and eastern Arkansas. West Arkansas, southwest Arkansas could be a different deal. You see some sunshine. You get temperatures in the 60s. The cloud cover likely holds central, eastern, and northeast Arkansas in the 50s, and that really continues through most of the afternoon. It takes us a while to shake the low clouds, the drizzle. So a bit of a different type of day in central and eastern and northeast Arkansas. I think we're dealing with maybe a little bit of cloud cover and very light rain, longer than areas off towards the south, the west, and the northwest. You see these areas in eastern and northeast Arkansas dealing with quite a bit more rain into late Friday. Now, it does eventually clear out. We hang on to clouds into Saturday, and then we finally hopefully start to clear out by the time we get to Sunday. But overall, it's going to be a pretty cool weekend. There's your high temperatures on Friday. You see what I was just talking about. Areas north of I-40 staying in the 50s, south of I-40 staying in the 60s, hey, maybe even 75 at Texarkana, 62 at Fort Smith, and that's because you get some of that cloud cover during the afternoon. All right, let's look at the rainfall totals. Our latest high-resolution data just thinks the heaviest totals are bound for northern or northeast Arkansas. The rest of us just do not get very much. Southwest Arkansas, south central Arkansas may not get very much at all, and it may be all before sunrise on Friday. So the rainfall totals haven't been much for a while. I want you to turn your attention towards next week, Wednesday through Saturday next week. We might have a couple of disturbances that bring us a couple of chances for rain. One is Wednesday into Thursday. There could be another one later next week that could be, I think, Friday into Saturday. Two separate systems kind of associated with the same boundary. But there's our next big chance for rain. I am hopeful that is something that we can get because we certainly do need the rain. So until then, not a lot of rain to talk about. There's another look at rainfall totals. The best chance is going to be off in northeast Arkansas. Now, this does coincide with a really big warm-up. It'll be a cool weekend. Temperatures will be in the 50s. We're in the 60s Monday, and then 60s to 70 degrees through part of the upcoming week, and you get that exact forecast coming up on the Arkansas Weather Network app. It's going to be, I think, a pretty nice start to the week. 60s, likely Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We don't see rain chance to return till late Wednesday into Thursday, so a few good weather days. And remember, if you happen to see some rain this Friday, it's going to be light. And go see our friends at Splash Car Wash. As soon as that rain gets out of here, it's going to be a nice weekend. And hey, if you need the rain, the one thing you could do to guarantee yourself some rain is to go get that car wash. So go get that done. And stay tuned here at the Arkansas Weather Network. We're watching those couple of systems for later next week, and that's eventually going to bring temperatures crashing down, hopefully by next Saturday.